What is going on, y'all? Robert Sykes, KetoSavage.com, and I've got another AMA video for you today. This one's all about how to overcome the anxiety of scale weight and fluctuations in the scale. But before we dive into that, let's roll the intro. All right, so today's question is brought to us from Jessica, and Jessica asks how to overcome the mental hurdle of scale anxiety, even with a healthier mindset to understanding my body and how it fluctuates weight naturally. I still have a moment of anxiety each morning when I weigh myself, just hoping to not see any number higher than the day before. It's a deep-rooted problem that I know I'm not alone in. Great question, Jessica. I feel like a lot of people have this negative relationship with the scale. And you have some people that are like, just throw the scale out. You don't need it. You don't want it. It just messes with your head. Get rid of it completely. But to me, that's kind of like that's not fixing the underlying problem. That's just like this surface level, just look the other way, stick your head in the sand philosophy. And I don't really agree with that per se. At the end of the day, the scale weight is just a number. It's just data. It's not necessarily good or bad. It's just data that you can use and make an actionable decision as a result of. So having a healthy relationship with that number is important first and foremost. And it's funny because like when I'm in a building phase, I get excited about when the scale goes up because it likely means that I'm building some more lean muscle tissue, which is a good thing. So I get excited about when the scale goes up. When I'm in a cutting phase, I get excited about the scale going down because it likely means that I'm losing body fat. I think a lot of people don't really give themselves time in a building phase and in a cutting phase, so they never really adopt this mentality towards the scale of, hey, look, sometimes it's good when it's going up, sometimes it's good when it's going down. Instead, they just fixate on it going down, and they're in this chronic weight loss phenomena that isn't good from a metabolic or hormonal or a psychological standpoint. So I think, making sure that you're in a building phase from time to time and prioritizing lean mass gain so that you can adopt a healthy relationship with the scale weight going up is a positive thing. That said, I know a lot of people just simply want to lose more weight. I don't know what your stats are. Maybe you have quite a bit of weight to lose. And it can be daunting to have that as the primary goal, then wake up in the morning, roll out of bed, jump on the scale, and it not be going the right direction. So I would caution against putting any finite acute number, on a pedestal, because so much can cause fluctuations in daily scale weights. Even when I'm in a cut, even when the scale should be going down, it oftentimes goes up, down, stays constant and stagnant, because weight loss, just as weight gain, it's not a linear process. It doesn't happen like in this perfect little gradual line like we would all like to see. If I sleep poorly, the scale oftentimes jumps up 3 pounds. If I travel, the scale oftentimes jumps up several pounds. If I don't drink enough water, if I drink too much water, if I don't have my electrolytes dialed in, or if I have too much salt, if I eat a bunch of pickles the night before, all those can cause additional fluid retention and a higher scale weight. If I train legs or a big muscle group and I train with a lot of intensity, that causes the scale weight to go up from some temporary inflammation in the muscle tissue. So don't let little fluctuations mess with you there too much. One thing that I've found to be incredibly beneficial is my bathroom scale is a Withings scale. I'm not really sure the exact model number, but it's a Withings scale, and it syncs with an app on my phone. So when I step on the scale, it automatically updates my weight and puts that in this app on my phone, which I have synced with a Heads Up Health account, which basically tracks and charts all of my metrics from all of my wearables, like my watch, my ring, my scale. I don't always look at it, but it's always there, so that you can see trend lines over time. There's no need to jump on the scale multiple times a day. Don't ever get in that habit. That's where it becomes like this obsessive, compulsive, unhealthy thing. Just simply wake up in the morning, use the bathroom, step on the scale. Whatever that number is, that's what the number is. If it's high, it's high. If it's low, it's low. If it doesn't move, it doesn't move. But don't keep jumping on the scale after you use the bathroom again, or after you have a meal, or after you work out, because that's just going to mess with you. You can jump on a scale similar to that Withings scale that I have, and don't even look at the number, but let it register your weight and then upload it to your cloud document, your app. That way, you can, at a point in time where you're more healthy with the relationship with the number, be able to look and see that number graphically laid out and illustrated, so you can kind of see what your trend lines are looking like and if things are moving in the right direction over time. Because the way those are moving over time and trending is much, much more important than what it is as just a singular point in time. So that would be my recommendation for kind of overcoming the anxiety with scale weights on a day-to-day basis. Hopefully that helped in some form or fashion. Thank you so very much for the question, Jessica. And you requested some cookies and cream keto bricks, if I'm not mistaken. No, toasted almond coconut. So I'm going to send you some toasted almond coconut keto bricks. For those of you that do not know how this A.M.A. video works, there's a link in the description of this video. If you submit a question and I use your question on a video, I send some keto bricks of a flavor of your choosing to your door as a token of my appreciation. Thank you all so much, and I'll talk to you next time.